Hey YouTube, got something kind of cool today. So if some of you have seen the yellow Firebird video, Dad's got the 83 Firebird SE with the LS swap. We're going to sell that, and he ended up getting something else. And I want to do a review video on this one. It's a video I've wanted to do for a long time. But first, just a couple of things. If some of you have seen my 78 Trans Am, I did end up finding a complete set of 15x8 Krager SSTs to put on it. Had the same wheels on my car in high school. To me, they look beautiful. I do have the original wheels, and I am a big fan, especially of the WS6 wheels. But just want to pop this in there real quick. They're in really good shape. I got really lucky, found them on eBay after looking every morning just for months. And two of them I even got to open from the original box here. Paperwork and all. That was neat. Probably never get to do that, something like that again. I also want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Chris. Got Dad and I this. He had it custom made. Took a while. An old school neon sign. I'd have it lit up, but I'm still working on the garage situation, to get it plugged in. But just wanted to give you a shout out. Thanks a lot, homie. Means a lot. Now, today's video isn't so much about this stuff, but Dad's car that he just got, which is a 2017 C7. And that beautiful yellow with the yellow calipers, just ceramic coated the wheels and calipers. Gonna get ready and do the body and paint next here. But I wanted to share something else. This spoiler you don't see a whole lot of. This is a 1LT, it's not a Z51, but I love this freaking spoiler. Just really sets the car off. As you can see, it lets air go out pretty well. I really like it. So I haven't had my dad in a video yet. I want to stick him in one of these. So what do you think about this car, Dad?
Now, that car is so perfect in every way.
Yeah.
I renamed it from a Corvette to an F-16.
Definitely. And the interior definitely resembles some kind of cockpit. You definitely share my view that it's such a good car for the money.
Oh, it's awesome.
The cars it competes with, well beyond its price range in every way.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, now this one being the non-Z51, it rides nice.
I can't believe all those things.
Yeah, the last yellow one we had, folks, it was 3LT Z51 with the mag ride and everything. This one rides nicer. Doesn't handle quite as good, but still, it's really close. Not to mention, this one's quite a bit lighter. So, I mean, as far as modifications, I mean, all we've really done is you can lower these cars on the factory bolts, so we did that. It definitely sits nicer. Not too low where we scrape or anything. It still rides just as nice. But it's just, oh, we did put the splash guards on. Kind of hard to see. They're factory GM splash guards. Just a little, they look pretty cool. Just a little extra protection for rock chips and such. But yeah, these are like, just the 1LT base Corvette wheels, which look really sharp. Got them in black. I know you see a lot of black wheels, but it really looks good on this car. These are, I believe, 18s in the front and 19s in the back, where the Z51 would get 19 front and 20 rear, but they're just beautiful cars. Functional heat extractor here definitely helps. It's a beautiful machine. Definitely have a European look, way more of a European look over the C6. Sharp sucker. Okay, I'm going to pop the hood here. Bear with me. Then we'll get into the interior a little bit. Now all these C7s, these hoods, carbon fiber. Just lift it with my pinky easily. So I took off the a lot of the engine cover and stuff like that. Nothing fancy under here. We did pull the exhaust fuse. It does have the Z51 exhaust, so we keep that flap open all the time for a little more noise. So, okay. Now, interior here, the C7, plenty of trunk space. Plenty of trunk space. That's one of the selling points of the Corvettes since about 1984. Just a ton of room back here. I mean, we can fit a small car show tent, so if it gets really hot. Lawn chairs, I mean, you name it. You could travel in this car. So, very utilitarian for a sports car. Little neat background story on these motors for these hatches. My dad worked at GM for 30 years. And the GM was using plastic sprockets. My dad suggested metal ones so they would last longer. I've had 3rd Gen F bodies, but those things still work really nice on. So, the 1LT, I mean, nothing too fancy, but I mean, it's still pretty damn nice. I mean, the seats, this car only has about 7,500 miles. I mean, it's in good shape. It does have the transparent roof, which I love. I like the blue the best. I think there's like a bronze color as well. But yeah, it's beautiful. I forget which year came out with the flat bottom steering wheel first. I think it was 2016 or 17, this being a 17. I'm not sure, but Ted wanted me to mention the factory floor mats. Sorry, it's a little dirty, but I put these Corvette embroidered emblems on there for him. Okay, so bear with me, folks. I've got to get this thing in here without shutting off. Okay, bear with me here, sorry. Okay. Get a decent view this time. Really sorry about the last video. So yeah, I mean, inside it's pretty nice. This one is a manual. May not be as quick quarter-mile wise as the automatic, but to me, and I'm sure others would agree, that it's so much more fun to drive, especially one of these with a manual. So much more involving. Definitely feels more powerful. Our last yellow one was an automatic, and this is just so much more fun here. If you can see, a lot of little bonus feature here is that this little cubby hole opens up. A lot of people don't know that about these. Kind of put your stuff in there. Plenty of little storage areas. Center console here. You've got some little areas in the doors for things. But yeah, it's very cool. It's a nice place to be. I mean, it feels like pretty good quality leather. Comes with power tilt. Now the manual does come with rev match, which is definitely pretty awesome. You got your Tour, Sport, Track, and Eco mode, which I stay away from, and Weather mode. So we're going to go ahead and put it in Track. This does not have mag ride, so it doesn't really affect the ride. But I like the gauge setup the best. You can kind of see a little bit of it there with the camera view. So yeah, it's just a really nice car. Again, I can't say it enough. What all you get for the price on one of these C7s. A lot of people say, well, you know, the C7's the last true Corvette. Well, it's definitely the last true front-engine Corvette, although I do love the C8. It's a beautiful car. The performance numbers don't lie. Very impressive 0 to 60 time, but my own preference is, yeah, I'd definitely rather have a C7 as well. So, yeah, let's put our seatbelt on and go for a little ride. Dad's giving me the thumbs up. Okay. The only thing I would say complaint-wise I have, and same goes with the new Camaros, is that there is not a manual e-brake, but we park it on a flat surface, so it's not a huge issue, but I would definitely prefer the manual e-brake. So the clutch on this thing, super soft, super easy to engage. The steering is just, feels flawless and right on point. The car feels well built. I mean, it feels like a track car, even with the base Corvette. So we're gonna take a right here. Love the view, love the commanding view of the fenders bulging up in the front like that, with the middle of the hood raising up enough to cover the engine. Sorry about the bounciness of the camera, folks. I just wanted to get this video out there at least. So we've done a couple of little things to it. Just a high flow air filter and some different plug wires. I'm a big fan of the Granatelli plug wires, the 0 ohm ones. I've actually had a couple of these LT1s dynoed with those wires, and they do add some power. I didn't believe it until I saw it myself. The car just dives right into the turns. I mean, it's effortless. Driving one of these, even in its base form, it just feels like it just costs so much more than what it does. The 1LT seats are pretty comfortable. Our other yellow one had the 3LT, I think, I forget exactly, what were they, the GT2 or 3 seats, or if I'm thinking of C8. They were called the competition seats in a C7. They looked way better, but they just were not as comfortable. Pretty short throw for the shifter and everything like that. Super easy to shift, very positive engagement. Again, effortless, just effortless. And brakes like there's no tomorrow. Go ahead and turn on the rev matching here. I love the rev match. I love the rev match with the manual. Just awesome. Gonna let it get good and warmed up here before we do any pulls. But yeah, I mean, it's the base Corvette, folks. Here you go. It's astounding. It's just astounding. What a well-made car. My hat's off to the GM engineers. Excellent car. The car, it even feels a little bit twitchy, like a thoroughbred. Little rev match there, go into the turn. Effortless. Bear with me here, fix this camera a little bit. Good decision, Dad. Good decision. Now the Firebird's nice, the LS swap, but this one, you know, has working cruise control, air conditioning. Something Dad really appreciates. Just about the same as getting in and out of for him as the Firebird. But he loves this thing. He loves it, and I agree. I love it too. I see it. He wanted the little bit nicer ride of the, you know, non-Z51. And he's plenty happy with the handling. And this is a little bit lighter than the Z51 loaded out. And you definitely feel that. So yeah, she's good and warmed up now, folks. So we're gonna do a little pull here, nothing crazy. Drop it down into second. And here we go. Very quick. This is the first time I've hit this one. Very impressive. Very impressive. This thing covers some ground. He was talking about third gear pulling like second. It does. Very impressive. Let's see if we can turn left here. Go a little bit longer on a drive. That's very impressive. 3LT, it was I believe it was a 2015, yeah. The other yellow one we had, the automatic. This feels, I swear to God, it's quicker. At least it feels quicker with the standard transmission. Very exciting, very exhilarating. Stock exhaust, pretty much stock. Just a couple of little doohickeys on it. I mean, I love the car. It's really something else. Definitely surprised me. I mean, the Z51 package is excellent, but you know, it's more for someone that you could drive it every day. It doesn't ride too bad. This one definitely rides nicer though. But that's definitely something, if you're going to go autocrossing or something like that, the Z51 would definitely be preferable. It does sound good. This car was kind of oddly optioned with that spoiler, then the Z51 exhaust, and he did the transparent top with this yellow. The yellow really pops. It gets a lot of looks. The black wheels, definitely sharp. Definitely a sharp look to it. Yeah, I want to say thanks again to all of you too that's been along with me on this journey of car videos I've been making. And speaking of, my friend Chris that got me that awesome neon sign, he has a Subaru WRX. I believe it's a 2011 or 2012. I really want to do a review video on that soon. It's a nice little car. He's got a few little things done to it. He does a lot of autocross events and such. Good friend of mine. I want to do that car video soon as well. But back to the Corvette. Yeah, it's such an enjoyable car. And that pull was with over 3/4 tank of gas. I mean, this car is quick. It is quick. Definitely feels like 3,200 pounds, or probably a little under that, being the 1LT base Corvette. Well, what a wonderful place to be. With that 7-speed transmission, I mean, you talk about gas mileage too, for as much power as this thing has. Very nice. And I mean, I'm not quite as young as I used to be, but I love the ride of this over the Z51, and that car even had mag ride. This does not. I love how nice this car rides. What a pleasure. Just a great all-around car. To me, the only better bargain would be the 6th gen Camaro, say the LT1 or even the SS. All those 6th gens just feel really good. But of course, it's a lot cheaper than one of these. But yeah, I love these bargain cars that General Motors makes. My hat's off to you. And it's such a shame they're going to quit making Camaros. If you've never driven one of those, don't crack on them. They are excellent cars. I mean, I've driven the newer Mustang, at least one of the newer Mustangs, Challenger, Charger, and they're pretty cool. They're good cars, but they just don't feel as well built. The handling is definitely not as good as the 6th gen Camaro on either. So I gotta say, anyway, I love these bargain cars. Great job, GM. So you got the rev match. I'm in 5th gear here, so I love it. It's just instant. Go down into 3rd, right there. You can heel toe if you want really easily. With your clutch, brake, gas, love it. Gotta watch this entrance here. Oh, it puts such a smile on my face, folks. Yeah, thanks for being here with this one. This is another special one, another special video. I love the C7, one of my favorite cars of all time. Last one I did, I had just gotten over COVID. Almost lost my dad to it, so it feels good that everyone's okay. Thank you, Lord. Here on a nice day, enjoying a really, really incredible C7. Thankful to all my subscribers, too. Thank you. Really meet a lot of nice people. I love hearing your car stories. A guy just told me today he used to make his parents take him to dealerships back in 77, 78 to see the new Trans Ams. If you see this video, thanks for that comment. That was really cool. I envy you to be able to see that. Pretty neat, pretty neat. So yeah, I mean, the car's pretty loaded out. I mean, just for a 1LT, you've got your air, cruise, even though it's not the upgraded Bose stereo, it still sounds pretty good. It thumps pretty good. That's definitely enough for me. I'm not a big stereo junkie, but it definitely hits enough for me. Got some good back roads around here to enjoy something like this. Okay, folks, I don't want to bore you following these slower cars out here in the country, but wanted to get this video out here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.